Let's go ahead and get started. We got about 9 minutes and 20 seconds left until our Keepstar is online. Hopefully I can finish this before then. This shouldn't take too long. Welcome everyone. We got 759 on. That's pretty solid. That is pretty solid, guys. It is now exactly 3 full months since we decided to invade Catch and kick Stainwagon out of their space. And with the onlining of this Keepstar, we can now say that we have officially completed the job. We have removed them from their space entirely. We have established our own space, and we've put our own Keepstar online in this space. It kind of solidifies our hold on it. So good job, everyone. It was a pretty solid job on the war. I know we've never really had a SOTA since then, since we decided to invade on January 1st. So overall, that's a good job right there. However, we need to remember our goals for coming down here. Last December, we were faced with a particularly tough situation in Vale. If you guys remember, we had our space set up in Vale. PL and NC Dot had just finished kicking CO2 out of Tribute, and we're starting to put down roots in Tribute. We had a choice that we could have done there. We could have stayed in Vale, put our Sino jammers up, continue to defend systems with subcap fleets and cap fleets under jammers using Entosis timers as our wall, and held out for as long as we could. And it's quite possible we could have done it for a long time. If you remember on the first timer, we got 500 people in the USTZ and they didn't even show up. However, we made the decision to pull out of Vale without putting up a fight. And a lot of you remember that and were a little skeptical of why we would do that. A lot of you were skeptical of why we came down and Catch and set up all this space. And we told you the goal was to build our super fleet and our cap fleet up. We would never, ever be able to compete on this level unless we got in here in safe space and took the time to build our own cap fleet. That is still the goal. That is not changed. That is what we are here to do. I want everyone to look at what we got in the field right now. This is what you could consider our best effort. This is a SOTA that we've had for a week notice. This is almost 1,000 test people online. This is our best effort. Our D-scan shows that we've got a full Nightmare fleet, a full Hurricane fleet, 110 carriers, 81 dreadnoughts, 60 faxes, 9 Titans, and 30 super carriers. That is not bad, but it's not even close to good enough. We're not there yet. We have a lot of work to do. We've been theory crafting for the past 3 or 4 months on how we're going to do this. And when we made the decision to pull out of Vale, we had a pretty good idea of what we were going to do. And we've kind of solidified it over the past 3 months. What we need this to look like, we have right now about 3.5 full fleets up. I mean, you know, this is a SOTA, a lot of people here. Mostly we'd expect about 2.5 full fleets for a CTA. But what we need this to look like is about 200 dreads, about 40 to 50 Titans, about 80 fax, about 60 to 70 super carriers, and about 1.5 subcap fleets, with Nightmares being 200 and Hurricanes being 100, with tons of dictors. Now that sounds like a lot, and the Titan numbers may be a little bunch. I'm sure we could get to 20 or 30, but it is achievable. However, even with the amount of supers we're putting in build right now, even with all the minerals we're mining, all that stuff we're doing, it's really great effort. And I've been talking to our capital builders, and we have a ton of orders. It's going to be great. It's not going to be enough. What we have is our doctrine right now. Is we have our sub fleet that's going to control the field. And keep in mind, our doctrine is super important. You only get 1 shot at these big fights, 1 or 2 shots. The doctrine and the preparation is everything. So we have our subcap fleets that will control the field, our large dread numbers that will come in and put DPS down, our Titan numbers, which are Titan and faxes, which are really important. And it's at this time I would say that we actually need to emphasize Titans over super carriers, because we'll have plenty of super carriers. So we need, if you have the ability to go for a Titan, we're super encouraging you to go for a Titan more than anything else. Right now we only have 10 fielded. That's not very good. We need to be able to field at least 3. So if you have the ability to go for Titans, that would be great. However, even if we get to that point where we've got 80 faxes and 30 Titans and 60 super carriers, or a little more than that, any of you who's seen a goon fleet or a PL or NC fleet knows that's not enough. It's not. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something a little different. And this is why we called this alliance SOTA the Manhattan Project. We have to build a deterrent. We have to build a super weapon that we can use that no one else really has. Something that we've got that can force multiply our numbers advantage that we have, and allow us to compete with these big giant groups. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this month Manhattan Project Month, and we're going to build our super weapon. And our super weapon is going to be the biggest dread cache that the game has ever seen. We're going to build, at a minimum, at a start, for the entire course of this month, at least 500 dreads and all the stuff that goes with it. And the way we're going to be doing that is with Alliance mining ops and Alliance donations. The Alliance cannot afford this. We don't have the money. Even with all the R64s, we will not be able to buy the minerals for this. This is going to have to be a joint effort, that everyone is involved. It's going to have to be something that we all work towards as an alliance. We need to be able to do this so that we can start to position ourselves with more leverage in the geopolitical game that is EVE Online. We have to be able to have a stronger position than we have, or else we're going to end up doing the same thing we did in Vale 4 months ago, retreating from a position where we could have fought. We cannot do that again. And us putting this Keepstar down is our commitment from the FC team and leadership that this is a goal that we want to achieve. And this is a goal that we are going to achieve. This is a place for you to put your supers and titans. This is a stronghold for us to hold our dread cache, which will be the biggest dread cache in the game. We're going to be able to throw more dreads on the field than anyone else in the history of EVE Online. And to do that, we need to go through it as an alliance, as a team effort. We're going to be running alliance mining fleets where all of the ore will go towards the goal. We're going to have a big giant thing up on the forums. It's going to be like a fundraiser, you know, with cupcakes and all that bullshit. And we're going to put the progress towards the goal up on the forums. And we should be able to get that by the end of the month. There is absolutely no reason that with 30 days and the entire alliance working towards it, that we cannot achieve our goal. We're going to have an ISK goal as well. It's settled on 100 billion ISK. We've worked this out with some of the industrial people on exactly what we need between modules and guns and minerals, but we're going to have all that shit set up on the forums. We wanted to focus on getting the Keepstar online today. But yes, and I see the comment in Fleet. I know mining is not fun. That's for some people. I know some of you are doing it and making a ton of money in your workles. I know not all of you have workles. This is a set goal. We have a set time period and a set goal. We don't have forever that we'll be able to sit in Esoteria and take advantage of our space and build up our cap fleet over time. We have to do it now. We got to get it in 30 days. We got to get everything built, and we got to be ready to fight by then. We're going to be having capital training fleets every weekend as well with CO2. We've been working on getting them on CC so that we can get our cap train. We're going to be focused on integrating more capital FCs, getting all of our new capital pilots in place. Everything that's going towards our eventual goal of being able to stand on our own 2 feet with a giant capital doctrine and stand shoulder to shoulder with some of these alliances that we've had to retreat from in the past. By the end of this month, by the end of April, we don't want to happen anymore. We have to push towards getting a dread cache that will allow us to force multiply our numbers and actually be able to take some of these fights. And with that, the Keepstar is online. Congratulations, everyone. Thanks for helping out. What we're going to do now is we're going to break down into some mining fleets. This is why I asked you to train mining 4 by the end of it. By the fucking SOTA, sorry. So let's talk about this. We have a couple of FCs who are going to do it. We talked to them about it beforehand. If you have a work role or a Hulk or you are an actual miner, We need your help. We need you guys helping RFCs organize this shit and actually running the real mining fleet. If you don't have that, we still have something you can help out with. We have miner twos on the market. Your Maelstrom is a surprisingly good miner. I shit you not. You take all your damage mods off, put a couple of coprocessors on, and you can mine just fine. We want to have as many people mining as possible today. All capitals. You can go ahead and dock in the Keepstar now. We're going to be breaking down all fleets. All fleets are officially standing down. We're going to be at mining fleets in a little bit. Mining fleets are going to be under Archangelus, Rat Salat, John Hun, Creature Verpio, and Punitist. I forgot what your last name is. Punitist. We're going to have those mining fleets up in about 5 minutes. We're going to ping them out. We want as many people possible as helping today. We can get a good chunk of this compressed mineral shit out today. If we have enough people mining, we should be able to get 10, 15% of the goal there. And then we're going to keep the forum post up. It's going to be a big project all month. I'm probably going to be pinging about it every day. Even I will be personally running some mining fleets for this. If we can get this done, if we can get minerals needed to build 500 dreads, then we can actually change the calculus on these cat fights and be able to stand toe-to-toe with some of these big groups. But this is the only way. We're never going to catch them just trying to build as many supers and titans as they do. It's not going to happen. I think all of you know that in the back of your mind. While we're sitting here building supers and titans, so are they. And they have a big head start. So this is the one way that we can actually get ahead of them on something. We can actually use our numbers to our advantage. And we won't have to have about 100 titans. Last thing, I got to mute this, jeez. Last thing before I break us off into mining fleets, I need everyone to be working towards capitals and titans and supers and faxes. We have directions up on the forums on how to do that. You need to make sure that you're trying to get into a capital. We want dreads as a priority, dread first. Carriers are good, but with the fighter changes, carriers are not as good as they were. Dreads are now better. Super carriers are good, but with the fighter bomber changes, they're not as good as they were. Titans are now much better. So we want to be pushing you towards Titans and Dreads. Carriers and Supers are still good. The more capitals, the better. I think that's it for today. We're going to ping out those mining fleets in a little bit. Yeah, Creech will get it. Fax alts, dread alts. If you have the opportunity to go for a fax alt or a dread alts are the best. Fax alts are the best. But I know not everyone has the opportunity to go for an alt. Anyway, that's the plan. That's what we're doing this month. It's the only thing we're doing this month. There'll still be plenty of fleets. We'll have strat ops and non-strat ops, and we need better participation, by the way, in our non-strat ops. But that is the plan for this month. That is our main focus. We're still going to have plenty of PvP, but that is our main focus. Anyway, we're going to have these mining fleet up shortly. Look in the lines chat. Just pick one. It doesn't matter which one. They're going to have the name of the system in their MOTD. I mean, in their fleet name, so you can know where to go. I'm just gonna put. I'm gonna ping them now. Guys who know you're running mining fleets, just set your MOTD up and all that, and get ready to go. Oh, yeah, I will. We're gonna put those directions up in a little bit.